Hello guys, this is Lawrence and welcome back to my channel. I'm the host of the Triathlon podcast, Usapan Triathlon Swim, Bike, and Run. Now, my guest for today is one of the three top Filipina triathletes that we have in our community. I believe that isa sa mga tatlo na talagang ifa-follow natin sa triathlon community. I saw her name for the first time nung nagpa-follow ako ng 70.3 Davao race. And when I saw the top overall female finisher, nakita ko yung pangalan niya, Rhia Stawicki. And I saw that she's representing Philippine flag. At first, akala ko isa siyang Filipina na nakabase sa US, Canada, or any Western countries. And she went back home. She raced on that particular race and she represented Philippines. But I found out na si Rhia ay nakabase sa Philippines. So nagulat ako kasi I've been following the Filipino community for a few years now. At madalas ko narinig si Ines at si Lian Ramo. And suddenly nakita ko to si Rhia and I was so surprised na malaman ko na bago lang siya sa triathlon. Based on our chat na she started only doing triathlon or swim, bike, and run after the pandemic. So bago lang siya, and to give you an idea, Davao 70.3 was her first 70.3 race. And she's the fastest Filipina among all contestants. She's the second overall and the fastest Filipina. So na-curious ako and I asked her to be in the podcast, and I'm so thankful na pinaunlakan niya tayo. Sa podcast na yon, pinag-usapan namin yung muntik na siya mag-podium sa National Duathlon Championship, na kung saan it was her first race at nakalaban niya yung mga Philippine athletes natin. Pinag-usapan din natin yung mga training niya towards 70.3 Davao race and kung ano yung nangyari inside the race. So it was a good time na makilala, makausap si Rhia, and I really like her attitudes. She's a very competitive athlete and personality wise, mag-i-enjoy ka kapag usap siya. So mga kaibigan, finally I would like to present you Rhia Stawicki.
Alright, guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Lawrence. I'm the host of the Triathlon podcast. I'm so happy, I'm so excited. Kasi hindi lang basta-basta malakas o competitive yung ating guest ngayon. Kundi I can confidently say that she is the fastest dentist sa Philippines. But not only that, she's the fastest Filipina sa Davao 70.3. At just to give you an idea, yun yung unang 70.3 race niya. So she's still new sa middle distance, but then ang dami na niyang na-improve sa atin. And I know that this person, makikita natin siya sa mga races natin dito sa local. And I'm so excited na i-follow yung triathlon journey niya. And so, ladies and gentlemen, pinapakilala ko po sa inyo Rhia, welcome to my channel. And
so thank you for having me.
We are so happy to have you here. And medyo starstruck ako kasi hindi basta-basta yung guest ko. And so Rhia, alam mo, when I was tracking the race result sa Davao noon, tapos nung chinek ko yung overall age grouper, biglang lumitaw yung pangalan mo and I don't have any idea who you are. Kasi lagi ko nakikita sila Ines, Santiago, tapos yung mga dati ng mga andun din sila Lian. And then biglang nakita ko, sabi ko, and then yung pangalan, yung apelyido mo kakaiba. So parang I was thinking na she's based in abroad. Somewhere in US, in Canada, or in Western country. And then pumunta sa Philippines, nag-race, and nag-represent ng Philippine flag. And then when I
Yes.
found out na itong Rhia na pala na to, na nakikita ko sa race result, naka-base sa Philippines. And I was so surprised. Okay, wow. So ngayon, Rhia, before we
Yes.
proceed sa mga ganung topic, uh, the listeners and the viewers wants to know, sino ba si Rhia outside of triathlon?
No, that's a nice question. So, well, basically, just a simple, person who I'm a dentist. As you know, I have two beautiful girls, twins, and that's it. I mean, I'm just working the 9 to 5 p.m. shift duty, tapos take care of my kids. Just a very normal routine. Tapos once in a while, I go out and have fun with friends. Pero that's it. Very basic. Very not. My life is uh, not very kumbaga super interesting. It's just uh, a mom who's working. That's it. That's it.
And and you don't have any hobbies before
Oh no, with
triathlon?
hobbies. Actually, when I was young, I grew up in Saudi Arabia. So my dad's
Okay.
British, my mom's Filipina, and then they met up abroad, had me. So I grew up in Saudi. Yung typical pag nag-abroad ka,
Mm.
you have sports around you sa compound. Siyempre, yung mga
Oh,
yung
saan
mga
ka sa Aramco?
Jeddah, Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. Okay. Anong company ng dad mo na? Kasi when you say
Saudi Arabian
compound,
Airlines.
ang
Airlines. Sa
oh,
airlines.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So,
to give the idea sa mga viewers, kapag nasa Saudi ka kasi, Saudi is very strict countries, right?
yes,
And
very strict.
some of the expat, para ma-enjoy nila yung parang
Yes,
culture
yes,
nila, they will
yes.
have their own community.
Yeah,
At kapag
yeah. We have
pumasok ka sa ano na yun, parang islat Saudi.
yes,
Parang ganun yung
yes.
setup.
Actually, a lot of people think Saudi Arabia it is a strict country, pero ako I enjoyed it kasi as we say, if you went abroad, you'd understand there's a compound,
Mhm.
tapos you play with different people. Like for example, pwedeng kalaro mo yung anak ni ganito, anak ni
Anak
ganyan.
ng
So
isang
we had,
CEO,
yeah,
isang
yeah, yeah.
VP.
So we had sports. I had sports growing up around me. So I'm the only child. And my dad, when he was young, he did athletics and stuff. So he really wanted me to grow around a sporty environment. Kasi nga, through sports, dahil only child ako, marami akong kalaro sa team, di ba?
Mhm.
So it's another way for me to socialize, kasi sa bahay kami lang tatlo eh. So with sports, natuto ako mag-responsible. I talk to different people, different ages. So parang may mga kapatid na rin ako. So that's, I think, one of his reasons why he got me into sports. And then at the same time, medyo si daddy, he's a little competitive with
When you say Brits, talagang they're
yeah, yeah.
into football.
Oo,
Eh,
kahit sa lahat, he's competitive. So, I think just so that ever since I was growing up, I did tennis. So, tennis was a really sport for the family, even my mom. So, I was doing singles, doing 10 years old and below. Tapos, when I went to the Philippines, dito ko nag-high school, I did soccer. So,
mhm.
football, but
Football,
soccer,
yeah.
yeah, football, but soccer. And then when I went to college, I did indoor soccer. So we call that futsal. So
Okay.
yun, nag-WNCAA ako doon.
Oh, really? Okay. Anong
Yeah,
school?
CU.
CEU. Okay.
And then, ayun, after that, when I graduated, gym na lang. I just did, yung hobbies ko was gym, coffee, and then I had the kids. So
Wow.
that was it,
Well,
yeah.
thank you for sharing your brief history ng life mo, ano? And yeah, curious ako sa sinabi mo na your dad is competitive.
Mhm.
Tumira ako sa Dubai. I was there
Mm,
for
okay.
12 years before we moved here sa Canada. And then nagkaroon din ako ng mga uh, friends na puti.
Mhm.
And when you say yung culture nila sa sports
Iba.
iba. They are very competitive.
Oh,
Whether
yeah.
whether whether they are playing sa isang club, doing like a 5K run sa park run, yung mentality nila iba.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what we saw comparing the Filipino community saka sa
Mhm.
mga Western community na their group is very competitive. They want to excel. So, ganun ba yung ano mo? Ganun ba yung naging background mo, yung mentality mo na that's why
Well,
you are
yun
competitive right now?
what would kind of yeah, yung dad ko was he was very competitive pero not yung crazy level. Kasi syempre at the end of the day, I'm his daughter and whatever, syempre hindi naman yung tipong kasi there's other type of people who will go way beyond it.
Mhm.
Pero ako, kumbaga, of course, he wants, talagang he'll wake me up, Rhia, let's practice serving at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, ganyan. Or Rhia, we have to work on your backhand. Or Rhia, let's get a coach for this. Pero the good thing about my dad, it was we enjoyed it together. So
Mhm.
it was not yung competitive niya, it was he saw I like doing it. Kasi
Mhm.
kung hindi ko siya gusto, hindi niya ako pipilitin. Pero yung tennis na gustuhan namin. So I think that's what I liked about my dad. And at the same time, um, he's such a he gives alam mo yung malambing. So
Mhm.
at the end we have ice cream after the game. So pero when it comes to competitive, ano siya, talagang Rhea, when you walk in the court, we mean business. Gets mo? You do it, you put your all into it. And if that's your all, that's all I'm gonna. Hindi siya yung, oh, you failed this. Kumbaga siya, do your best.
Mhm.
That's your game. You walk. I'm just gonna cheer in the crowd. Pero ikaw maglalaro niyan. Ngayon, he'll look at my game and then after the game, kahit nanalo ako, lagi siyang may mali. Laging, Rhea, we have to work on that backhand. Or Rhea, your serve, you're just lucky that person didn't get it. So ano siya, um, yun yung sa, I think that was, yung sinasabi mo sa mga puti,
Mhm.
hindi sila tumitigil eh.
Mhm.
Yung, so even if you won, hindi pa rin siya win eh. Ano
Mhm.
siya yung, at saka he always tells me, even if you won, it doesn't mean you stop. You
Mhm.
don't stop there. Don't get it into your head, gaganon siya. Kasi dapat wag masyadong mataas. Kasi you can always lose eh.
Mhm.
Actually, si dad ko, whenever I lose, yun yung gusto niya eh. Kasi I learned from it.
And the
Pero
motivation is different.
the motivation, syempre, when you're a kid, ano ka, tantrums ka na, right? Ano ka na, it's your whole world dropped. Pero um, I'm just lucky na I think that's also a like my advantage maybe. Kasi with triathlon, I really, really like it. So, lagi ko iniisip na, kaya ako whenever I train, I always remember my dad na, yun nga, quality, you work for it. You can't do this, you can't do anything in life without working on it. So, ganun din si dad ko. Yung, basta do your best. Yeah, ganun lang siya. Very simply competitive siya.
Oh, yeah. Well, ang ganda ng ng back. Ngayon, paano ka ngayon nag-transition sa when you describe yourself as simple, ordinary
So, how
mother na merong 9 to 5 na job into a
yeah.
competitive triathlete?
Ooh,
So, ano
actually,
muna, ang question muna tayo, paano ka napunta ngayon sa triathlon?
that's a good question. Actually, COVID, pandemic. It was the
Salamat kay
pandemic.
COVID.
Yep, salamat kay COVID. So, as I said, they always ask me that, nagsara yung mga gyms, right? So, there's nothing I could do na to keep fit. Ako yung, and then we isolated in the condominium. So, ako yung mga nasa balcony, di ba? Nauso yung mga balcony. Isa ako doon. Proud. And so Clark started opening up, and then I had a friend of mine, John. Kasama ko din ng Giro. I was just going kasi after giving birth, I had postpartum depression also.
Oh,
So it was very hard. I think all
how
um,
long it took Para gaano
Well,
katagal na-overcome
for
siya?
me, it's not a very hard topic to talk about. Matagal siya. I had to take therapy for it.
Mhm.
Because biglaan, I mean, having kids is a different world. It's a very different adventure. Gets
Mhm.
mo? But so I had to go out. I had to gym. Yun yung outlet ko eh. Kasi,
Mhm.
you know, kumbaga ako, syempre, I love my kids, but then sometimes, you wanna be alone and sweat it out. So, nung pandemic, nagsara. So, I was like, oh God, what am I gonna do now? Kasi, hanggang balcony na lang ako eh. And then a friend of mine invited, sabi niya, triathlon. I was like, are you crazy? Triathlon? Like, come on, who does triathlon? That's why, I mean, 3 sports, come on. How? So sabi niya, blah, blah. So I said, okay, I'll get a bike. Sabi ko, I'll get a bike. Pero yung mura lang kasi alam ko yung mga tri-bike kung maabot ng mga million, hundreds and thousands. So I got a pretty nice bike. And then, I hated the bike. I really
Mhm.
didn't like the bike. I really like So I was biking in Clark, and then
What was your first bike, by the way?
Willier,
Okay, and a road bike or triathlon bike?
road bike.
Road bike, okay.
Wala akong alam sa bike till now. Don't ask me. Just kidding. Anyway, so road bike, Willier, and I was riding at nighttime kasi hindi ako gumigising na maaga.
Mhm.
Hindi ako gumigising. So, nag-bike ako sa Clark. Wala, just going around Clark. And then suddenly, I got invited to the Tri-Clark running
Mhm.
team. So, yun. Then, got shoes. Tapos every Wednesdays, intervals. Sabi ko, grabe mga to. Sabi ko, it's crazy. Like Friday, they do hills, di ba? Tapos Sunday, you do a long run. So sabi ko, this is just...
And during those days, kapag pumasok ka sa isang tri club, parang overwhelmed ka sa mga kasama mo na I remember
So,
nung una akong umattend ng swim session namin. Andun ako sa may pinakamabagal na lane. Tapos, yung mga nakatapos sa 70.3, andun
yeah.
sila sa 6th lane. Tapos, kaming mga nasa slow lane,
Bago.
pinag-usapan namin, pinapangalan, uy, si ano to, nag-70.3 na yan. Uy, ito nakatapos na. And sabi ko, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So, parang ganun yung feeling mo.
Same, same. So it's funny because Wednesdays we were doing I still remember like 10 by 400, mga ganon. And then they're all pressing their watches. And I was like, what are these people doing? Ako, takbo lang ako, wala akong watch, shoes lang, di ba? Tapos sila
Mhm, mhm.
4:30, 4:15, zone 2. And I was just like, oh, I think I'm with crazy people, sabi ko ganon. And then, so I was just like, okay, let's give them a chance. So Thursday, nag-bike kami. Naka-shoes pa ako. Naka-shoes ako. So, and then Friday, we did hills.
Mhm.
And I was just like, no, this is not doable. Sabi ko, this is it's just insane. Kasi sabi ko, hills, hills, hills. And then, sabi ko, how do these people do this every day? And they're so happy. They're like crazy happy, no? Tapos, add pa nila sa Strava nila. So, di ko din naiintindihan yung Strava. And then, I don't know what happened. Then I got into it. And then after 2 weeks, I started swimming.
Mhm.
So I went to Speedo, got all the those kickboard,
Yeah.
uh, and and then
And as a kid before sa Saudi, hindi ka nag-swimming lesson?
nag-swim ako. I swam. I did swimming lessons just to kasi in the airlines you travel a lot. So my dad wanted actually swimming was just part of the safety.
Mhm.
So you can swim.
Mhm.
So I could swim pero hindi yung swim talaga. And I did swim when I was small.
Parang yung mga tinuturo nila sa sa recreational center dito sa na
Yes, yes,
they
yes.
will teach you the basics like
Yeah,
para
how to
hindi
float.
malunod. Yeah.
Hindi ka malunod. How to float, how to
Mm.
just wiggle your, until help comes. So when we when we swam, I was swimming with my coach, and I just said, I can't do this. 50 meters. I can't do 50 meters. Sabi ko. So we did 10 by 50. Tapos pumunta kami sa CND, kumain ako madaming, malaking grilled cheese. Kasi
Mhm.
gutom na gutom ako. Sabi ko, I can't. But then, you know what? As I said, growing up, I always had this mentality that hindi ako papayag. Hindi ako papayag na I bought all these stuff and I'm not gonna use it. So, syempre, yung coach mo, Rhia, okay lang yan. And ako, hindi. Hindi pwede sa akin yung okay lang. So, he left to the States, and that's when I got a swimming coach because I was like, when you come back, I'll show you. So then in just 1 month, the next week I was on cleats na. On the next week. Kasi ganun ako. I want to do my best. I want to do my best in something I put time in. So sabi ko, if you're waking up 4 o'clock in the morning to run, you gotta do it. You gotta do it, girl. You gotta... So yun, nag-transition na yung life ko.
So Rhia, question ko lang sa'yo. Kasi ang bilis ng ano mo, no? Ang bilis ng, kumbaga, after a week, nag-cleats ka na kagad. Then, bumili ka ng gear sa Speedo and you have this mindset na hindi ako papayag na masayang lang to. And ganun. Ano ba yung motivation mo? It's more on curiosity or is it more on parang naiinganyo ka because of your triathlon club na gusto mong sumabay? At ayaw mong maiwan?
Ayoko talagang maiwan. ayoko. That's the good thing kasi as you mentioned that even if triathlon is an individual sport, you need a team. You need a team to train with kasi I think without the guys kasi dati naiiwan ako sa bike. Until now I don't like the bike. It's very hard. But I think that pushed me kasi nga lagi ako sa dulo. So sabi ko, hindi po pwede to. Sabi ko, I have to be in the front. Sabi ko gano'n. So tinitiis ko yun. Ginagawa ko siyang every time I go to Clark, every time I wake up, talagang you gotta do it. You gotta tiisin mo yung masakit. And then it will fall. It will eventually become not easier, but the rhythm will come. So yun yung motivation ko na I need to step up. I need to push myself. So, ganun.
Galing ano kasi sa triathlon club. Okay, I used to be in a triathlon club. But ganun din ano ako, fit kasama namin sila Ray Mulet. I think kilala mo siya. So sa triathlon club, there are always two kinds of person is that merong gustong mag-step up at merong isa na okay lang na nasa huli siya and they know na maghihintay naman yung mga grupo. Ikaw yung tao na ayaw mong mahuli at ayaw mo na hinihintay ka.
Ayoko. Ayoko talaga. I mean, which is good and also bad sometimes kasi minsan it gets to you, right? It gets to you. But ako, I enjoy every training. As in, ako yung mga isang addict na ngayon. It's unbelievable the hype. Every day I enjoy.
Oh, nice. So ngayon mapunta na tayo sa sa training kasi you said that you still have a 9 to 5 job. After that, meron ka pang commitment sa family mo. You have 2 kids. At di basta 2 kids, they're twins. So yung kung magkaiba sana yung age, okay lang, 'di ba? Na pwede mong oy, ate, kuya, ikaw naman mag-alaga sa Pero ngayon dalawa same age. So mahirap ang mo, very busy ka na tao. Pero ang question ko ngayon, paano mo hina-handle yung training mo? Kasi ang gusto ko malaman ngayon is that, well, hindi lahat that's the reality. Lahat busy. Pero in triathlon, lahat din nakakapag-training. Pero hindi lahat competitive and strong like you. And I can assume na when you train differently. You train in a different level. Yun yung gusto namin malaman ngayon.
So, with training, so if yung pasyente ko, so if I have patients at 9 o'clock, I wake up at 3.
What?
I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I have my coffee.
So,
depende. If it's a long ride, and I have to do, for Davao, if I had to do 4 hours or 3 hours, I had to start at 4:30. Kasi may run pa after. So, So I calculate my, for example, kung ano yung first patient ko. So if my first patient is 11 o'clock on a Saturday, then I can have a little bit of sleep.
Oh, so even Saturday
I
nag-receive ka
work
ng
Monday to
patients?
Saturday. Yeah, Monday to Saturday.
Wow.
So actually yung clinic ko has been very supportive din. So so let's say Tuesday. Tuesday is usually interval sa bike. So it's maybe 2 hours and a half. Tapos may break. Let's say 20 minutes. So 3 hours yung workout. I can start at 5, 5:30. Pero kung yung patient ko 10 o'clock, I can start at
Okay,
6
I found
o'clock.
this on the web for 530. Check it out.
Wait lang.
Oh,
So,
meron kayo na-order na ano ah.
Hindi. Ewan ko nga, biglang nag So 6 o'clock. And then usually, yun, yung Saturdays ko yung mabigat. So if it's a long ride, I have to start early. So I'm up at 3:30, 3 o'clock. I go and I have to drive to Clark for another 20 minutes. Tapos Wednesday, Friday ko, or Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I have swim in the afternoon. So I finish patients at 3 o'clock. Kasi I have to go to the pool. So I start swimming at 3:30, 4 o'clock. So after that, uwi na ako just in time for the kids. Tapos pag Tuesday, Thursdays, Saturdays, dahil bike day lang, yun yung bawi ko sa kids ko. So yun yung, I can go home at 5 o'clock. And then, kumbaga, hindi ako ganun kapagod. Tapos pag Sundays, long run, but then I leave the group early. Sometimes we go to Manila. Doon, yun yung buong araw with my kids.
Wow. Paano mo ngayon mini-maintain yung energy mo sa kids mo? Parang kasi pwedeng pag-uwi mo sa bahay, tulog ka na lang, pahinga ka na lang. But then as a mother, hindi niyo kayang gawin 'yon na pagdating niyo sa bahay, tulog ka na lang, pahinga ka na lang. Paano mo ginagawa 'yan to make sure na you train well and then you still have the energy with your kids?
Well, honestly, I mean, and again, I'm just, a regular mom. I do have times na pag-uwi ko talagang hihiga ako. Talagang, kids, mom's so tired. Gets mo? But then, I make, or kaya gagawin ko, I'll take them out. Kunwari, we'll go to Clark or we'll go to the mall para gising ako. Or we'll do grocery. Kumbaga, I find activities din. Kasi pag sa bahay, talagang tinatawag na ako ng kamay. Talagang, I do have lazy days with my kids, and it's something that it's also, I think, all parents who are doing triathlon, it's hard to manage the time. So
Yeah.
even if it looks like I'm doing, she's a dentist, she's amazing, so I have days na I'm just human, Sometimes pag higa ako, I feel guilty kasi wala na pagod na ako. Kasi lalo na when I was training for a longer distance with Davao. So that was, I had to wake up earlier.
Yeah.
So imagine, I had to wake up at 3 a.m. So imagine if I'm working sometimes I work till 6 p.m. So wala na. So sometimes when I get home, I still try to, I explain to them, hi guys, mom did this. What do you guys want to do tomorrow? Or minsan, mom, are you tired? Yeah, but tomorrow's Sunday, let's do something. So there are days na yung energy levels ko are really high, but then there are days that it's pretty low. So sometimes what we do is we just, kids, babes, like, mom is a bit tired. Can we just do Netflix tonight? Okay naman yung kids ko. They're very they know I do triathlon. They're they actually do races now. They do run.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good,
So
ano? That's good.
they understand. And they're doing swimming na rin.
Oh. And I'm sure yung tinatawag na competitive level na na-receive mo sa dad mo, it will pass to your kids.
Oh yeah. I hope so. I hope so.
Well,
I hope
thank you
so.
for sharing sa schedule mo, and it's very inspiring. It's very inspiring. It's very I know na yung mga moms na makakapakinig dito, there'll
Oh, yeah.
always be a way. There'll always be a way. Kagaya nga nung sinasabi mo na, yeah, hindi tayo robot, hindi tayo si Superman or Wonder Woman na we always have the energy. But ang importante dyan is that how we communicate with our kids and how we find ways na bumawi.
Yeah,
And that they always look forward to that.
kasi everybody, with triathlon, I'm very new, I'm very new, so I'm not really an expert on this, but talagang everything will adjust it.
Mhm.
But then tama ka, you have to tell, like I tell my kids, mom did this, mom did the bike, you get them involved with what you're doing, and you just explain to them that, kids, today I'm pretty tired. And I think I'm also lucky that I have nice, they're turning 5, but they're very, very understanding little kids. So
Yeah. I really believe in that because for me, uh, a successful age grouper in my family, they will not be successful if there's no supportive family,
yeah.
kids, wife, husband behind
Mhm.
them. So ngayon, eto ang isa sa mga gusto kong malaman.
Yes, yes.
Your first race was the National Duathlon Race.
Yes, yes.
So
Yeah.
first ever race.
Yes, first ever
And
race.
then muntik ka pang mag-podium. Ang nangyari
Yeah.
lang, kinapos ka for 200 meters parang kagaya ni sino ba yun yung kinapos sa
Meron, meron din.
si Sarah True. Si Sarah True nung
Okay.
European champion sa Ironman. 200 meters na lang. Leading siya for how many hours? 200
Mhm.
meters bigla siya nag-collapse, hindi siya nakatawid. So parang ganun yung nai-imagine ko na you're holding it. So tell us more about that race.
Well, I started in April that year, and then I was officially coached by Coach Abe in July. And then he just said, "Hey, Rhea, the races are opening up. Let's go for the duathlon." And actually, when I registered, I had no idea that the whole Philippine team will be there. I just thought it was just a random race. Gets mo?
Yeah.
And I think a few days before the race, he goes, "Oh, of course, we all know Kim McGraw there," and I was like, "Who are you talking about? Sino yan? Sino yan?" And he goes,
Yeah.
So, and I was just like,
Kasi during that time hindi ka pa familiar sa community ng
I didn't
triathlon
know,
kung
I
sino-sino yung
didn't
mga
know,
malalakas or
I didn't know anybody. As in, ang kilala ko lang yung team.
team niya.
And with the pandemic, there was not lots of social media. Well, ako, hindi ako nagpa-follow kasi I was just very new to it. I don't know who's this and that, di ba?
Yeah. And I even check your social media. I think very few yung post mo related sa triathlon is that napakabago mo lang talaga sa triathlon.
I'm really bad with social media, but I'm learning on that. And then so he goes, "Oh, somebody," and I go, Who's that? You have to tell me." So I go, "Yeah, kailangan mo sabihan." Hindi, kasi with Coach Abe, he probably didn't want to stress me out. So he probably wanted me to just, go for it. Kasi baka hindi ko
Pero curious ako, bakit mo inaalam?
Hindi, syempre, you want to know who you're going against, right? Yeah, at least,
Because
of course, you want to know your competition.
that's good. I like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I like that. Good job.
Yeah. So he goes, "Oh," and I just go, "Ba't mo hindi sinasabihan?" And knowing my coach, I know he wanted me to have no pressure. He just wanted me kasi first time ko eh.
Mm.
So he wanted me to have fun. So yeah, so the race started. Then I saw all the girls, and I said, "Oh, okay."
And their uniform is very
Yeah, and
unique.
their
Right? Like
uniform,
starstruck
and
ka.
I was just
Wow.
like, "Oh my, this is a little bit serious." It's when I had my tri-suit on, and I just said, "Dami pala nila," sabi ko ganon. So kinakabahan na ako. Kasi, there was nothing to lose again. There was nothing to lose kasi I was very, very new to the sport. But then, you see them and it's like, you want to catch them. You want to run after them. Gets mo? Syempre, who doesn't want to,
Yeah.
who doesn't want to go after?
Masarap yung feeling na makasabay mo sa takbuhan,
Yeah.
di ba?
Not just me, but everybody. who wouldn't want to keep up, di ba? If you, I mean, anybody in doing triathlon, especially with their sport, you wanna, pass the first person, pass the second person, di ba? It makes you feel good. So when I saw them, I said, "Oh God, this is really happening." So, oh, sige, Rhia, go, Coach Abe, Rhia, ano lang, kalma lang. Sabi ko, just tutok lang, if you can pace with them, pace with them. So, pace ako, pace. And then, honestly, I didn't know what I was doing.
Mhm.
I was just running. Hindi ko pa alam yung magtitipid ka ba. I didn't know, like, there's also another run.
Mhm.
Sabi ko, Rhia, ano ba to? Sabi ko, it's hard kasi this is my first race eh.
Mhm.
I had no, kahit fun run, wala eh. So like, I didn't have anything to compare it with. And then you see the Philippine team, so that's a different level of,
Yeah, that's a different level. It's not
so,
just a duathlon race sa Pilipinas.
so I was running, doing really good. Everybody was like, "Yeah, you're good." And I could see them in front of me, somewhere next to me. So I said, "Oh, I'm doing pretty good. Okay." And then I got on the bike, and then I was biking, and nauuna ako. Um, so nauuna ako, and I caught up with them, and then nauna ako for the next loop. So when I started the run, I was first. But then
On the second run.
on the second run, I was the first one out. And
Wow.
the problem is I had no nutrition.
So
I
meaning
had
you are in the front pack.
on the bike, I was the one dismount. I'm on the first, as I
Wow.
remember.
Galing ah.
So so when I
Gusto ko
when
lang
I
wait. Gusto ko lang kasi alam mo 'yon, ano yung pakiramdam na first race pero kasabay mong nagbabike yung national team natin.
me how I felt, I
Yeah.
thought I thought I was gonna die that day. Just kidding. I was just so tired. Talagang, no, just kidding. But um crazy.
Meron bang shock na, uy, ako na ba to? Ako
Shock.
na ba to?
Shock. I couldn't explain it. It was, I don't know what was happening, honestly. I didn't know what was happening. I mean, everybody was like, kasi in Clark, we had, people in the bike cheering, Ate Rhia, you're doing it. And I'm just like, I don't know. And I didn't know I was, honestly, till this day, it was just a flash, it was just, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it till now. I still can't believe what's happening. Everything's overwhelming. And then yeah, and then when I got to the run, ayun na. Kasi they gave me goo. So it's the first time I saw goo in my whole life.
Oh, really?
So before the race, I took one. But then hindi ako on the bike ang naging kasi a lot of people want to know what I did wrong, right? I
Mhm.
know
Mhm.
everyone wants to know. So on the bike, actually, it started kasi so I took the go. Hindi pa ako marunong sa tubig.
Kumuha ng ano,
Yes,
sa
I
aid
was stopping.
station.
I go, oh, that girl looks cool doing it. I'll do it na rin. So ganun lang. Well, I mean, Cap Abbott taught me how to do it, but then it's different when you're trying to
Kapag nasa
chase
race na.
all
Yeah.
these girls, di
And
ba?
you're in the chase pack or front pack
And you're
na
trying to
group
get
kayo.
water, right? So it's different with the training. Kasi inaral ko yung dismount, inaral ko
Mm.
yung kumuha ng tubig. Pero ibang usapan pag may hinahabol ka na, di ba? Yung
Mhm.
you're trying to look for the turns. And then on the bike, hindi ako nag-go. It was just
And how many minutes or hours yung bike mo?
the 40K was maybe 1 hour something. I'm
1 hour.
not
And
something.
intensity
No,
wise?
no, 1 hour something. Zone very intense. Zone 4
Wow. So
definitely.
yeah, it's very
So
deficient, caloric deficient ka talaga
very,
sa.
very different. So actually, I'm just trying to analyze it now. On the bike, no, this is this is I'm not saying for ano, talagang I just had my water. I didn't have all these carb. I don't know. Hindi ko pa alam yung carb. Alam ko lang Pocari on the bike. Up until now, I have Pocari on the bike. Honestly, until now, I only have Pocari on the bike. So, I don't know the carbs intake. So, dun, pagdating sa run, it's a 5K run, yun na. Um, nagka-crash na ako.
Mhm.
It was, nagba-blackout na ako, nabibingit na ako, tapos I bombed. Yeah.
Well, pero kung sinasabi nila na you were holding the second position at the very last 200 meters. So I assume na maganda yung pace mo. Na-hold mo yung pace mo na maganda.
Kim got me after the Jollibee, but I can't really compute the kilometers. But I remember when she passed, I was just like, wala na. I was just running, ano na, blurred na. Yung kinakapos na.
Mhm.
Yeah, so second until I bombed. Yeah. I think, yes, second, I think. Not, yeah.
That's nice, no? It's good to experience that as well as an
Yeah.
athlete kasi alam mo, you will be more aware sa mga future
Yeah.
races mo.
Actually,
And
I took it very well. Well, it's my first race, but then again, tama ka, you always, because of that, you work on your nutrition.
mhm,
And I'm actually very thankful that it did happen, because at least it because if it was the if it didn't happen, I might be a different attitude towards the sport.
mhm,
You get what I mean? It might get too much in my head.
mhm.
But then with all these mistakes, um, with what happened, at least it's you get yun nga, tama, you get aware na you train so hard but you missed this one. Sayang, right?
Yeah.
Sayang. And then so you have to look at every aspect of your training. Even with ako, pati transition, kinakareer ko yan. I work on that. So it's a good teaching. Every race is a good teaching.
Kumbaga, pati transition
Oh, yes.
minutes
Oh,
mo
yeah.
sa race, tinitignan mo. Oh,
Oh,
I went for 3 minutes. Oh, sayang to.
sayang yun. Kinakuha na sana kita. Yeah, yeah, everything. I work on, as I said, every minute counts in this sport. So I try to work on everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's very nice. It's
Try. Andun ka na eh. Nagtitraining ka na. So, give
yeah,
it time. You have to put in time for that.
yeah, ang galing. Well, thank you for sharing that, and
Yeah.
I really admire your alam mo yun, yung mentality mo.
Yeah.
Imbes na matakot ka sa crowd sa first race, ginamit mo pang motivation yon and
Yeah.
fuel na to give your best. And for me, I think doon mo siguro nakita yung sarili mo na, oh, I can do this very well.
Mhm.
The fact na pumapasok ka sa T1, T1 o sa after ng bike,
Yeah, people, yeah.
T2 nakasama yung national
Oh, yeah.
athletes natin, hindi basta-basta yun na ba yung parang eye opener mo sa
Yeah, I'm,
sa
I'm, I'm actually, I'm actually, I'm, very thankful for the girls. Kasi, tulad ng sinabi mo, eye-opener siya eh, na parang, oh, sino ba ako? And
yeah
I can try, I can run, I can try to run with them and compete with them. I mean, it's a nice, it's nice. I mean, all of them are really,
yeah
really, really strong girls.
Yes, because kasi ganito yan kasi yung iba sa atin parang natatakot sila, uy, ayokong sumali diyan, lalakas niyan. Ayokong sumali dito sa race na to, ang lalakas ito. Pero sa'yo, it's good thing that you were there kasi nakakompete mo kaagad yung mga malalakas. So sa umpisa pa lang, nagkaroon ka ng higher benchmark. Kung
Yes, yes.
simpleng duathlon siguro parang, uy, andito ka, uy, you have this benchmark. Pero since nakita mo may malalakas, and then you you compare yourself and nakita mo yung capabilities mo, that's the time na, oh, I can do better
Because
than this.
because with me, as I said, that I'm very competitive. I like to push myself. Ako gusto ko yun. I like to compete. Kasi tulad niyan, it was my first race and agad Philippine team yung nandun. I think I know a lot of people get scared with that, pero I think it's a good chance na you
Yes.
get, I mean,
And
not every,
for
I mean,
Filipino community, competitive words is a taboo thing. Sasabihin,
yeah,
oy, mayabang, wag ka no. No, for me as a person na nakasalamuha yung mga ibang lahi, competitive is a common thing for them and it's part of their mentality. And
and
I like that.
and just go for it. You never know. I mean, until you cross that finish line, you never know. You never know.
Yeah, correct.
The fastest swimmer could have a bad day, and it's your day to day. Pero if you like katulad ako until now aminado ako na kaya ko ba. Pero you will never find out. And everybody like me, I have my bad days too.
Mhm.
And then baka she'll have her bad day today and it'll be my win today. So at least at the end of the day, enjoy lang, di ba? I mean, you work so hard, you might as well put it in a little action, di ba? Put in a little, ako, advice ko lang, just do it, just,
Yeah.
just
Do
go for it.
Yeah. And sabi ko nga sa mga kino-coach ko rin, sabi ko, do your best kasi after the race, kahit gaano karaming congratulations na ma-receive mo, ang makapag-satisfy sa'yo, yung performance mo. Kasi alam mo kung hindi mo binigay yung best mo.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, you always put your best. Actually, ganun din ako eh. Pag alam ko hindi ko binigay yung best ko, but for example, I won the race, disappointing siya. Kasi you could have pushed yourself harder kasi you trained for it eh. Ako ganun ako. I like to put it all.
Mhm. So, ngayon ang question ko sa'yo ngayon, how do you define the word you give it all? Kasi ako, ang ginagawa ko, every time I cross the line, I make sure na hindi ko kayang tumayo. Yun yung parang, kapag tumayo, kapag na-finish line ako at hindi ako napaluhod, I'm gonna be very disappointed sa sarili ko kasi I think, I was thinking now, Lawrence, nagtipid ka o hindi mo binigay. Ano yung definition mo when you say, you give it all?
Well, first I beat my time.
Mhm.
So I have a look on the time. Hindi naman ako patulad na I have to to collapse. Pero usually I beat my last time.
Mhm.
So kunwari with the standard distance or yung target ko, nakuha ko. For example, I'm trying to beat somebody. That's a good definition. But may also kabaliktaran tayo somehow.
Mhm.
I want to finish still strong.
Mhm.
Yung masakit, pero kaya. Parang it's hard to explain it. Kasi there's people who really want to, like I have teammates who, some of the juniors I train with, sila gusto nila knees down, kapos.
Mhm.
They went straight for it. Ako siguro dahil nabongga ko, natatakot na ako.
Okay.
Natatakot na ako mag-blur. So, natatakot na ako mahimatay. So, kasi nag-blackout ako eh. So, medyo, I think that's another fear. But my true definition is that I finished with a good time. I beat whoever target I had to beat. And, kumbaga laspag, pero hindi gaano. Na kaya mong, you can still walk. I mean, you can still, say, go to your coach, say hi. Hindi yung kailangan mo na ng dextrose.
Yeah. Well, that's good, ano. That's good. Ang
Yeah,
importante is that uh, it's it's how you judge yourself and
yeah,
make sure na alam mo yon, you give it
yeah.
what you got. Ang dami po pang mga race na napalalunan. So for example, sa Dangnai, you were the fastest overall
Yeah.
not only Filipina but the overall or winner.
Yeah.
And New Clark Triathlon also last September 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah, and on 70.3 Davao, you're the second, and that was your first middle distance.
Yes, yes.
And so, ang ganda ng ano ng debut mo, no?
Mhm.
Fastest Filipina kagad. Tell us about how you prepared and what happened during the race. Meron ka na bang ina-eye? For sure, may mga kilalang mga pangalan doon,
Yeah,
ano?
yeah, yeah. Of course. Um, I mean, with triathlon, it's all about that, diba?
Yeah.
You wanna. I'm not gonna be uh, fake about it, but of course, as I said, you always want ako. I race because I want to get ahead of somebody,
Yeah.
or I want to
And
beat myself.
there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong.
I,
Kasi,
I I totally agree with you. I totally support you with that. And I hope that this is the attitude that we have in our community.
and it doesn't mean that you have anger. It's just sport. You see all these triathletes internationally after the race, they're all enjoy.
Mhm.
Pero they race, they compete, and then they train together pa nga, di ba? I mean,
Yeah.
it's all in just enjoying the process of the wins and the loss. You get what I
Mhm.
mean? So
Yeah.
with Davao, nag-second, I thought about it. Kasi there was names to beat, and I was like, oh, I can't. I think I can't. I can't do this. I can't do this, and kaya ko ba? Kaya ko ba? And then,
Give me two names.
you already know the two names.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah. Of course, amazing athletes. Of course, Ramo and Ines,
Mm-hmm.
very amazing athletes, and I used to watch them. I watched Ines, and
And especially they're very ahead on you. So parang naging
wow,
inspirasyon mo
yes,
sila when you started the race, right?
mhm.
The triathlon, right?
I first saw Ines in Subic. Si Ramo, I think ngayon ko lang siya nakita in the
Mm-hmm.
race. But I haven't seen her race. Ines, I saw her kasi Coach Abe was competing with the Ironman. I was just a spectator.
Mm-hmm.
And grabe, I mean, her runs.
Starstruck ka.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, her run was just like easy for her. Very good athlete. And so those were the names that was mentioned to me. And syempre, for these girls, pressure na naman. But then, as I said, it was my first race, nothing to lose.
Mm-hmm.
I had nothing to compare. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't have any race to compare my swim kasi puro standard ako.
Mm-hmm.
And my bike was always 40K.
Mm-hmm.
So all I knew was long rides, training, and trust my training. So I prepared kasi I went to the UK for family matters, and then I came back in January. Everybody was training for the 70.3,
Mm-hmm.
but I was in the UK. I didn't want to do the 70.3 kasi nga I lost an uncle, and so January sumabay ako sa training. Sabi ko, and
Hindi ka pa
knowing me,
naka-registered pa na noon. Late
hindi pa ako
register.
nag-register. Sabi ko, so sila, come on, Rhia, come on. And I said, no, I just came back from the UK. I'm not prepared. I just lost, a family member. I'm used to standard. So sabi ko, and knowing me, I'm the best to budol, ha? I'll do anything. If you guys, I'll do anything. Basta for fitness, I'll do it. Hindi ako yung, like for example, if you're doing 3 hours and I'm supposed to do 1 hour, nayaya mo ako, I'll do the 3 hours. Kasi for me, it's all nothing lost but gain.
Yeah.
Yes, unless it's a different level, you're tapering then. But
Mm-hmm.
ako kasi wala akong race. So
Mm-hmm.
sabi ko, okay, okay, go for it. So, sabi ko kay Coach Abby, sige, sabay na lang ako sa'yo para may kasama kayo. And he was just like, come on, register. And then one of my good friends, John, he was just like, Rhia, register. Kasi once you register, iba yung mindset mo. Di ba?
Yeah.
Sabi ko, hindi.
You're more focused.
Tapos sabi ko, hindi eh. Kahit hindi ako naka-register, iba parang I'm training now for 70.3 eh. And then they were like, no. You have to register. So sabi ko, hindi. So lumipas na yung January. Pero I'm training. I'm doing the workouts. And then, after I think Valentine's, mga third week, doon na ako nag-register.
So paano ngayon? Do you have a structured training na ginagawa?
Yes.
Okay.
So
Na for 70.3.
So
Okay.
from January, I was copying kung ano ginagawa ni Coach Abe and the team. I was doing that. So takbo, long ride, but then nag-register na talaga ako. Nag-iba nga. Tama, iba yung mindset mo na nag-register. Then it got, oh shoot, I am racing. So, nag-book na ako ng hotel, nag-book na ako ng flight. So, yeah, so I started training for January.
January. Oh.
January.
And what was your hardest session?
I think my hardest session was the bike.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the bike. As in, until now, the bike for me is difficult kasi there's so much things to consider on the bike. You have to put your water bottle, pag na-flat siya, papalitan mo. So my hardest trainings were till now the bike. The
bike.
Long ride, the bike. Yeah.
Wow. And how did you prepare the run for Davao? It's like because the run in Davao is totally different. It's very hot, and you're far away from Davao. So parang paano mo prepare yung sarili mo dun?
Well, with the heat as in the Philippines, we're near Subic, so it gets hot. Talagang mainit siya. So I think the weather is not as far as it is here before, but right now it's really hot. I think, and then it was, pero with heat training, I think I ran once or twice in the afternoon. 3 p.m. Mga 1,
3 p.m.
2 p.m., 3 p.m.
And what was your protocol during those times? Kasi, you have to train heat training, but at the same time, you have to be aware of heat stroke. And for you, you're not used to this kind of training setup. So ano yung mga protocol mo para it's still gonna be quality time? You can put some race effort there, pero hindi naman risky to the point na ma-heat stroke ka.
With the heat training I did, it was at LSD. So I didn't do crazy intervals in the heat kasi nga delikado. So I ran, and then I think I only did it twice kasi sobrang init. I think half of the run I already had my shirt off. Tapos sabi ko medyo mali yata to, Rhia. Pero breathing lang. I said, you know what, if you keep complaining, you'll get hot. If you keep complaining, your heart rate's gonna go up. So just do it. You'll get there step by step. So I think I had my water with me. I have good hydration naman on the run, but I think I practice on just yung mind over matter, di ba? Yung isipin mo, malamig naman, di ba? Yung gano'n. Pero hindi ko natin. So I think I do that a lot actually. I train by I run by myself. Sometimes I do that. I get my mental in. So yun yung ginawa ko for Davao. There were times that I have headsets on. The team knows me for that. I only have headsets on, or sometimes I run by myself. Kasi nga,
music or podcast?
Music.
Music.
Okay. It depends on what I'm doing. If it's intervals, I have fast music on. Pero Pero yeah, so, but as I said, with Davao training, I also prepared mentally.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't do that, but then that's what gets you on your run. It's a lot of people think they can be strong, they can they'll oh I'm a strong cyclist, pero alam mo yung mental, it will hit you. Everybody in that race, you mental. So that's how I trained for Davao. I would swim alone. Kasi minsan I have my coach with me,
Mm-hmm.
but then I also um that's I think something that I did a little bit different for Davao. I trained alone. You know, paano pag napagod ka na, anong gagawin mo rin? Just run, you know, just you'll get there. So I think that's maybe a little advantage I had. Kasi I like to read. So I worked on the mental. So with the heat training, I did that. So ganun nga, isipin mo hindi mainit. Kasi the more iisipin mo, iinit siya.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
the more
iniisip mo rin ba na pinapasok mo sa isip mo na mas mainit pa sa race? That's how you prepare yourself mentally na okay, just stay like this. Tiisin mo lang to kasi pagdating sa race mas mainit pa.
ako ganun din isip ko, pero more on kung ano man yung temperature, kung ano man mangyari, you gotta keep. Di ba? Kasi minsan hindi yung init eh, hindi mo nakuha yung tubig,
Mm-hmm.
nadapa ka, or may nakikita ka na uuna na si ganito. Di ba? Ang dami eh. Pero ako, I practice na, yun nga kasi grabe yung init ng Davao. It was crazy.
Mainit talaga.
It was, alam mo yung pagkaganon ng fire, yung water, after 2 seconds, parang tuyo ka na agad. Ganun yung feeling ko nun eh. But then, yun nga, I kept thinking na, kasi they were telling me mainit, mainit, mainit sa running. Ganun din, I practice na, basta kung ano mangyari, you keep going, you know? Kung ano mangyari sa bike, you keep going. Anong mangyari sa swim, basta keep going, you know? Kasi, if you stop, that's it. No progress, di ba? But just keep going. Just keep running.
That's good. That's good. And now my question, Rhia,
Yes.
during the race, alam mo na ba yung position mo? Alam mo na ba na you're heading, and of course, you mentioned that you have names na tina-target.
Yeah.
Ano nangyari nun? Tell us from swim, bike to run.
Well, with the swim, I got a little scared kasi with the swim, di ba you heard about the famous Davao swim?
Mhm.
No, I thought I was doing something wrong.
Mhm.
Kasi ako gumagalaw. Hindi talaga ako gumagalaw. And then, sabi ko, after 25 strokes, I'm usually in, you know your distance, di ba?
Yeah.
Bakit hindi lumalapit? Sabi ko, hindi lumalapit yung buoy. Sabi ko, I'm lost. Sabi ko, I think, or, no. I think this is a harder race kasi it's a longer distance, di ba?
Mhm.
And then, nakita ko yung mga pink, sila Team ni Jet Ramos.
Uh-huh.
And I said, oh, I'm not lost. They're going the right
Kasi
way.
yung team nila elite selected, 'di ba? So if you saw them on the swim, you're still good.
You're still good, but then I thought I was lost because I have a history of making wrong U-turns and getting lost. So, tapos nakita ko we all know her, Jackie. Jackie, she's in Cherry, red tri-suit.
Yeah, Cherry the car.
Yes, Jackie, and she's a fantastic swimmer. And so I saw her here, and I said, "Ooh, she's going the right way, and I'm doing pretty good." Sabi ko. So I kept swimming, and I was chasing. I could see her, and I just said, "Oh, I'm way behind." Sabi ko, "Oh God." So pagka ganun ko sa watch ko, that was 40 minutes. So sabi ko, "Oh, something's wrong." Sabi ko, yun nga pala, the current was um, very hard. And then when I got on the bike, this is the funny part, because when I got on the bike, I was looking for all the bikes.
Yeah. Okay. Tinitignan mo kung sino pa yan doon.
Yeah. I mean, I said, oh, that bike's still there. That bike's still there. Oh, okay, I'm pretty good, you know. Kasi when I saw the 40, nagpanic ako kasi sabi ko, it's very far from.
What was your target?
I was targeting at least 35, maybe
Mhm.
35. So 40 was, wow, sabi ko 5 minutes, what happened, di ba? So and then I saw my coach's bikes there, and I was like, oh, I'm still pretty good, yeah, I'm still okay. And then pagka-mount ko, nakita ko si Rapo.
Aha.
He was
Meron din niya
mounting.
siya sinabi sa akin nung sa swim niya nung kasi alam niya kung sino yung dalawang person to beat rin, di ba?
Yeah.
Na just like you have the same mentality. Nung nakita ka daw niya sa swim, it's like, oh my God, sa swim pa lang. Kasi parang iniisip niya na habulin mo siya sa bike and magkahabulan kayo sa run. And so nung nakita ka daw niya sa swim, it's like, oh my goodness, andito si Rhia.
She's a good swimmer. She's a very, very strong swimmer. And so I saw her on the mount. And then I was just like, oh God, this is where it's gonna start. We saw each other, and I said, whatever happens, let's just bike. So she mounted and I mounted, then on the bike, and then you know, um, I just did what was trained to do, and you know, everything worked out. So I'm very happy about it. Yeah.
You follow your number, or you reacted based on the race?
Just based on the race, how I feel. It's very funny because a lot of people were messaging me after Davao, like, how's your computation? Actually, I don't check my Garmin.
Mhm.
I don't check my Strava. I have my coach to do that. Coach Abe, he does that because I get a little pressured with the numbers. Pero I know, I have an idea. Pero hindi ako yung talagang, "Ah, you have to do this one, this one." Kumbaga, pag sinabi ni Coach Abe, Rhia, 4:30 pace on the first 5. I'll do it. I'll do 4:28. I always tend to do faster than what he wants me to do.
Mhm.
Yun lang ako. Hindi ako yung very particular. So a lot of people have been asking me like, what's your target time? Hindi ko alam yung computation, honestly. I usually go by feel on
Mhm.
how I feel. Kasi, but then a lot of people, I understand, like I have teammates who work out with computed watts, computed power meter, whatever,
Yeah,
computed.
ganun ako.
Yeah. And I'm very impressed kasi ako I know nothing. Ako, when I train, usually kami ni Cap, coach, kunwari, 20 hill repeats, longer cadence, first 10, ganitong seconds, and then nakikita ko yung improvement ko sa race.
Mhm.
Pero ako, hindi ko tinitingnan yung, lalo na sa bike. Sa swim, tinitingnan ko. Sa swim, it's a little bit easier for me to see. Pero sa run, hindi ko gets yung, kailangan mag-run ka ng 4:25 in 5 kilometers, you catch up to her. Hindi ko na,
Hindi mo na
hindi ko na yung tinitingnan yun.
Okay.
But then with the swim, for example, sabihin ni Cap Abe, intervals tayo, 20 by 100. Go on the 145, go on the 155. Then I'll do something. Yun lang. Pero with the race, I didn't have a very computed time. Pero meron akong sub 2, a sub 3, or in the swim, 35. Ganun lang.
So hindi mo tinitignan yung average speed mo or heart rate mo during the bike and run?
No, sa race, I don't look at it.
Wow, that's good. That's good. A person few months back nagbonk, and now a person totally calculated and very well aware sa feelings niya, sa effort niya. It's very amazing.
Yeah, so
Napakagandang improvement yun.
Pero I'll look at the time. Don't get me. I'll look at the time. Kunwari sa run, I can see, 4:50, okay, 4:30, okay. Pero hindi ako yung elevation-wise. Di ba may mga iba yung
Mm.
pang-elevation. Basta ako, okay, you have to get it. Parang ako, feeling ko, I have to get a little bit faster kasi malapit na mag 2
Mm.
hours. Ano lang.
Okay.
Yung Rhia, bilisan mo siguro ng konti. Kasi medyo, or if I feel in my legs, it's a little bit of a climb.
Mhm.
Okay, pwede ka mag quick cadence or faster yung steps mo or cool down a bit. Ganun lang. Pero I
Mhm.
don't look at the particular uh, pace. Basta, yun lang yung ginagawa kong target.
Nice. Good to know.
Yeah.
Ang galing kasi from alam mo 'yon, I really see that familiar ka na talaga sa katawan mo and
Yeah.
malaking tulong din yung experience mo sa first race mo.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Rhia, I know that we don't have much time. I only
Yeah.
asked for 1 hour. And so ngayon ang ano ko lang, quick question carbs per hour.
Oh, another good question. I don't know. That's a very,
Okay.
very, very, very good. I'm very bad with nutrition. So actually, even if I, um, with my team, with my coach, we've accomplished a lot of stuff. This is something I'm still working on. I actually want to find a coach for not a coach, but maybe a nutritionist to compute. Kasi I have very bad eating habits outside triathlon,
Mhm.
and then during the race, uh, I don't know how to eat.
Oh, really?
I don't know how to. Ganun din. I feel, pag nafe-feel ko gutom ako, I'll eat. Pero hindi ko kaya yung, okay, after 2:45.
Religiously
No,
doing.
no. Actually, till now, in Davao, my water bottles were all Pocari.
And then how many gels did you took
I
sa
had
bike?
1 gel before the swim, 3 goo gels the whole bike,
Mhm.
um, and 2 or 3 Nature Valley granola bar
Sa run?
sa bike.
Sa bike. Okay. So that will
Sa
be
run, yeah,
mababa pa rin. Yeah.
sa bababa siya. Tapos sa run, I had 5, di ba yung
Mhm.
energy
E-
blocks?
Energy chew?
The energy
Uchu?
chew, I had 4 of those on the first loop and everything was water station.
Mhm. Well, mababa yung
So,
carbohydrate intake mo
yeah.
based on my
So,
calculation, but
yeah,
still you were
yeah.
able to do it
So,
perfectly.
that is something I'm having, as I said, um, even if my accomplishments are very overwhelming, as I said, there are things I'm failing with. I'm
Mhm.
really failing with nutrition. Now I tried Morten.
Mhm.
So I'm trying to, kasi ako, pag nag-race ako, minsan I go,
Ano yung Morten mo na ginagamit? Anong
I tried the gel ng Subit.
okay.
So actually the gel was really good. Oh yeah, I also have salt sticks, the salt.
Mhm.
Um, so actually with nutrition wise, when it comes to carbs, hindi ako, I I lack on that. I still lack on that, and I'm trying to look for a nutrition for that because ako kasi um, I have PCOS, so I have hormonal imbalance. So for me, carbs makes me feel heavy.
Mhm.
So the problem with me, I grew up thinking carbs will make me gain weight like a
Mhm.
woman. All girls are like that. We all look fat, diba? I mean, we all look. We yeah. I mean, like ako kasi I'm also a girl at the end of the day. So whenever you look in the mirror, you have to lose weight, diba?
Uh-huh.
A lot of girls are obsessed with losing a
Uh-huh.
kilo, diba? So I'm one of those, and so it's hard for me to digest carbs kasi I
Mhm.
had that mentality growing up. Ay, huwag ka
Okay.
mag-cake, huwag ka mag-rice kasi you want to look good, di ba? So my body, whenever I eat carbs, which is bad, I know we eat a lot of carbs, but kumbaga, I'm so used to not eating rice.
Mhm.
Even outside triathlon now. So post race, pre-race, hirap ako kumain
Mhm.
kasi feeling ko
Hirap ka mag-carbo loading din.
yeah, kasi feeling ko tataba ako.
Mhm.
Di ba? I mean,
Aha.
it's something that I grew up with. Like mentally na gusto mo, payat ka, ganyan, ganyan. I mean, it's something I have to change. I know you have to love your body and love yourself, but that's, I think, one of the reasons why I'm having a hard time kasi nga, um, hirap ako to eat. Hirap
Mhm.
akong kumain.
Oh,
So,
that's good to know
so,
kasi there's a lot. This is a very good thing na you can improve for the next season kasi maganda yung maganda yung nutrition talaga if you were able to master it. You were
yeah.
able to, sabi nga nila, the higher carbohydrate intake much better because that's the time that you can maximize your performance. Uh, right now the science is saying that it's 100.
Yeah. Yes, breakdown.
So yeah. So right now the science says that an athlete can take 120 grams per hour.
Yeah.
10 years ago, the science says that it's somewhere around 90 grams per hour. That's the max. But
Oh,
then,
okay.
based on the ratio na
Yeah, we
ginagamit
teach
nila,
you.
yung ginagamit nila na if you're taking, I think yung si Morton, they have
Yeah.
108 ratio of glucose and
Okay.
fructose. So meaning that they said that you can take more gel compared with other brand.
But
That's the
the gel was good. It was
Yeah,
very it worked really good with me nung sulit.
yeah, that's good to know. That's good to know. Yeah, and thank you very much sa time
Yeah,
mo.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, and
I
then
really
nutrition.
really
You have to
enjoy.
nutrition.
Yeah, it's because right now tomorrow I have
No,
a marathon. I have a marathon race. This would be my third, and I'll be using a DIY gel. So I'm using
DIY.
Yeah, yeah.
I
I'm
was
using I make my own gel. Yeah.
wow.
So that's why
Yeah,
medyo familiar ako sa glucose and fructose kasi
you have to share it with me. You have to share it
Yeah,
with me.
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Everybody, whoever can help me with this nutrition. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's the kasi mo ang nutrition is very broad but you
I
have to
know.
dig
And
sometimes.
it doesn't work for everybody, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Sometimes
that's
people are kumbaga yung iba hiyang sila sa glucose, yung iba hiyang sila sa fructose. So for example, for me, when I started doing the DIY, ang ratio ko, fina-follow ko yung mga style ng GU. Si GU is 2-to-1 ratio.
mhm.
So they have like for example, if they have mas mataas yung content ng glucose nila at merong konting fructose, pero when I take that, nagkakaroon ako ng nagbo-bloated yung tiyan ko. So nagkakaroon ng reaction. So hindi hiyang yung katawan ko sa fructose. So that's why I switched more on to glucose. So
That's
yeah.
interesting. Yeah, you have to send me something like that. That's ano, kasi ako with my PCOS, I think we're really bad with the insulin, whatever. There's a lot of imbalances too.
Yeah,
So
so you just have to know kung alin because
okay,
there's two kind of
that's
glucose carbs, fructose and glucose. So you have to know kung ano yung mas hiyang, and then you can start from that.
yeah.
All right.
That's
So
very good info, Lawrence. Thank you. That's gonna.
th-
I'll search on that tomorrow.
all right, Rhia,
Yeah.
thank you very much,
Yeah.
and good luck sa mga race mo. If there's anything that gusto mong pasalamatan for a quick that's a time that you can say.
Well, thank you for everybody. Thank you for having me and whoever's support your podcast and will listen to me. And I'm free to message, and I'd love to learn and answer if there's any other questions or teach me some tips. I'm open, open ears for everything. And I just hope that we just enjoy, you know, the sport is something that we should just enjoy. And whoever supports me, who have been cheering for me, thank you very much. It really, really means a lot. And of course, to my team, Tri Clark's triathlon team, and to all the sponsors, and especially Clark, I always promote the Go Clark event. So whoever wants to join, come along to Clark. I'll be there.
Thank you. And
All right.
congratulations, by the way, for being the new
Okay.
ambassador of Chepo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
All right.
right.
Thank you
Okay,
very
bye.
much.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.